But we're away cleanly this time for the under-15 men. Field of 8 in this event, running you through them now. From Mooroolbark College, Thomas Sheridan. From Donvale Christian College, Hugh Delaney. From Maribyrnong College, Charlie Close. From Mount Lilydale, Harrison Van Duren. From Footscray City College, Thomas Glover. From St Joseph's College, Oliver Wiltshire. From Haileybury College, Nikolai Georgievich. And from Padua College, Taj Sullivan.
Yeah, but then...
So that is your field. As mentioned, a field of 8 for the under-15 men's 2,000 metre steeplechase. And once again, as we saw with the under-16 men, it looks like they're starting to stretch themselves out pretty early. As they come through with 4 laps to run, we'll get a bit of a better idea of how they're placed. But a clear pack of 4 seems to be forming through the early stages, with the runner from Haileybury out in front, and Nikolai Georgievich. And Harrison Van Duren settling in there as well. Just making his move on the outside now is Thomas Sheridan, and also the runner from St Joseph's in Oliver Wiltshire. So that's your lead pack of 4. And they've got a buffer of about 5 metres or so back to the chasers. And after what looked like a pretty mad scramble for positions through that first 200 metres, they've just settled into a bit more of a sedate rhythm now. So it is Sheridan, the runner from Mooroolbark, who's worked his way into the lead now. Georgievich from Haileybury, content to tuck in second for the time being. Van Duren on the outside, just moving his way up into second now, and Oliver Wiltshire rounding out that lead pack, who just continuing to stretch out from the chasers. So it could well be that we see our 3 medalists decided from these 4 runners, who are looking pretty strong through the early stages, but early days yet, it must be said. So just over 2 laps, or in fact 2 laps left to run for our leaders, and not a lot's changed at the front, although it had been Thomas Sheridan setting the pace for much of the first half. We see Harrison Van Duren from Mount Lilydale just moving his way into the lead and onto the inside now, but still pretty tightly bunched, this lead pack. We did see at one stage it looked like Sheridan and Van Duren were ready to break away down the home stretch, but it could just be that some of the winds blowing around the track today have meant that it's pretty tough going, trying to get any sort of clear break when you're running into that headwind down the back straight. So once again, that group's reformed. It is Van Duren out in front now. Sheridan clinging hard to his heels though, and just a little bit of a gap starting to open back to the runner in 3rd place now. That's Oliver Wiltshire from St Joseph's, and the early leader of Haileybury College, Nikolai Georgievich, tucking in behind him in 4th place. Just starting to make a bit of a move now, Georgievich. Maybe trying to close that gap back to Sheridan. But our runners are going to straighten up for the second to last time and run down to collect the bell. So all 4 of these runners really still in it, you would have to say, at this stage. And now we see Sheridan, who did so much of the work early, moving his way back into the lead again. Van Duren maybe just starting to feel the pinch a bit, as we see 5:24 on the clock with a lap to run. And Georgievich back into the frame now as well. He moves past the shoulder of Van Duren, who's just tiring a fraction. Trying to hold on now, the runner from St Joseph's College Geelong in Oliver Wiltshire, but the gap is starting to stretch back to him too. So Sheridan it is now, trying to stretch out down the back straight. Georgievich not giving him the opportunity, not for the time being anyway. These two though, just inch by inch stretching away from Van Duren. So Wiltshire, you would think, is going to have to summon something pretty special over the last 200 metres if he wants to be in the mix for a medal. Sheridan it is, he's done so much work out in front. But has he made his run a bit too early? Looking strong, the runner from Haileybury and Georgievich. They straighten up now. It looks like it's going to be these two to take it down to the line. It's just a question of what the finishing order is. Sheridan looking strong, approaching the final barrier. It looks like he's got this one in the bag. Thomas Sheridan is going to run away with the gold medal for the under-15 men's 2,000 metre steeplechase. A really strong run from the athlete from Mooroolbark College. 6:45 on the clock as he crosses. It's Georgievich who comes through for second, and the runner from Mount Lilydale in Harrison Van Duren takes the bronze. Wiltshire, he fought hard and hung in well, but in the end just couldn't stay with the leaders over the final lap. He'll have to settle for fourth place.